This is the Ant-Man Marvel Legends Infinite series, Marvel's Bulldozer, part of the Ultron Build-A-Figure wave of the Ant-Man Marvel Legends series of figures. And this is probably the figure that everyone's looking for in this entire wave. It's going to be scalper bait. It's going to be collector fodder. I mean, a lot of collectors and sad to say, scalpers are going to be after this particular figure. There's only one in each case, and he's going to be very difficult to hunt down if you're just going to rely on retail. I picked up this particular figure as a set at my local hobby shop called Kramer Toy Warden. Awesome deal on the entire set. And it, you know what? I'm just happy Hasbro released this. Slowly we are seeing the figures that they promised way back when, that they're slowly coming out. I'm still hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that we get that Cyclops, we get that Rogue, even if it's a convention exclusive. But here he is, Bulldozer, and it is a beauty. I mean, look at this look at this bad boy. I mean, come on, how can you get any better than that? It uses basically the same male figure mold that these three use. With some modifications, obviously, but it's I call it the extra large or jumbo male figure mold because it's like the biggest mold that they have for male Marvel Legends. And he doesn't come with any accessories. He comes with left arm of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Ultron, but he doesn't come with any of the accessories like a crowbar or any weapon. I'm not sure if he had a weapon in the comic books. But I think the armor that they've sculpted on him, that is a separate piece, as well as the head sculpt and the belt, I think that's more than enough accessories, plastic for accessories that this guy has, that this guy will need. I mean, Hasbro bases the sculpt, the figures based on cost, and you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy even without an accessory because the sculpt on this guy is just amazing. I'm not sure though if it is Secret Wars comic book accurate, the old 1980s Secret Wars accurate, because if I remember, he had bolts like this. He had bolts on it, and then his helmet, I don't know if it was this big really. And the helmet had like bolts like that. I don't have the Secret Wars 2-pack with me right now. It's somewhere hung up in my room, but anyway, it just looks a little bit different from the classic look, but you know, it still looks great. Paint apps on the figure. The only thing you need to worry about are the way his face has been painted left and right side of this bar right here. It's how the lips and the flesh paint has been applied on. That's the only concern you have. Everything else is superb. I didn't put any wash on anything on it, which is fine because, you know, this one had wash, but I wanted it the classic look, and I'm happy with it. Articulation for the figure exactly the same as these guys. Ball joint on a hinge, ab crunch, waist swivel, ball hinge shoulders. Excuse me. Bicep swivel, hinge elbow, ball. Oh, just a swivel forearm, ball hinge hips, thigh swivel, double jointed knees. The elbow is just single joint. Double jointed knees. Does he have a calf swivel? Apparently not. But this thing does swivel. Ball hinge ankles. No, it's just, yeah, hinge ankles with rocker joints and toe articulation. If at all, if I'm going to be complaining, that's the only thing I don't like about this figure. It has a Toy Biz vibe to it. I've really grown accustomed to the Hasbro articulation that I'm not a big fan of this kind of articulation anymore, simply because the angle on the tilt is very limited. I'm not a big fan of this toe articulation, and it's like very old school. And I guess this thing was announced 2 years ago. They've already made the figure. There was no time to change it, so that's fine. The figure is still going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. Thank you, Hasbro, for completing the Wreckers. Although I'm not a big fan of the Wrecking Crew, I'm just glad to see all of them complete on my shelf. There you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Quick look at the packaging. Sorry about that. Ant-Man Marvel Legends Infinite Series Bulldozer. Thanks for watching.